wanted video.
And what's the work these days for you?
Well, the work that I did then was what we would call clinical, which is people would come in, they would pay a fee, they would be interviewed by a psychiatrist, they'd have some interviews, then they would have a very high dose LSD session, just one, and some follow-up, and then we would notice what had happened and what they came in for and how they improved. We also did a creativity study where we had senior scientists coming in with problems they couldn't solve. And with the help of a lower dose of LSD, I think we had 48 problems and 44 solutions. That all ended when the government stopped all research. And I picked it up again many years later. When I started to what are called now microdoses, or very, very tiny doses of psychedelics that have a totally different set of effects. So the answer to that one is a long answer. Many of the people who are listening to us have had probably a psychedelic experience in high school or later, where their world really opened up in ways they never imagined. Their visual world became incredibly bright and powerful. They began to see everything as energy, not just as form and matter. They also may have lost their own identity and become really part of whatever they think, whatever everything is. Michael Pollan says as if his identity was being poured all over the landscape like a coat of paint. And you don't come out of that seeing the world the same way. It's a little bit, there's a World War I song that said, how are you going to keep them down on the farm after they've seen herring? This is because so many American soldiers were rural, small towns. And suddenly they were in Europe, and they were in Paris, and the world, it's all based on letting go of your personal identity and having what's called a mystical experience, an experience of oneness, an experience of unity, an experience of identifying with all life. Big shifts. Yeah. Microdosing does none of that. Absolutely none of that. It's kind of, like on your radio dial, when you go from FM to AM, AM isn't like little FM, it's its own universe. Microdosing allows you to do whatever you normally do a little easier, a little more comfortably. There's a book out by Elliot Waldman called A Really Good Day. And that's one of the definitions of someone microdosing. They say, gee, I had a really good day. And one of the reports I've gotten had it said this way. It says, I had a really good day. I got some work done that I hadn't wanted to do. I was nice to people in the office, even that person who deserved it. After work, at the gym, I noticed I did one more set of reps. And I completely forgot I'd taken a microdose. So it's not, the universe doesn't shatter. It just, maybe it smiles a little bit. Yeah, I mean, when someone says, I want a drink, you don't hand them a bottle of vodka. That's a dose problem. So, the microdoses are a 10th or a 20th of what people now call recreational dose, which is, in LSD terms, recreation is about 100 micrograms. Micrograms are a millionth of a gram, so we're talking very little. A microdose is 7 to 12 micrograms, meaning it's about a tenth of that. And with psilocybin, time, and we're talking mushrooms, a trip, a fairly serious trip, is 3 to 5 grams of mushroom. That's one of those Shake Your Universe trips. Microdose is 1/10 of a gram to maybe 4 cents of a gram. And the range is big because different species of mushrooms have different amounts of psilocybin in them, and different mushrooms in the same batch have different amounts. And so when people are microdosing, they learn what's best for them, and it's in that range. Now, I should also say